Hi everyone, welcome to Men's Mental Health Institute. I'm Christy. Welcome to this platform and this channel. I've created this channel to talk about the male struggles in the dating market, specifically in modern dating and women. And I know a lot of you are confused about why women are so confusing. They're hot and cold, they're push and pull, you can't figure out what they're thinking about. And this is why I've created this platform to kind of answer some of your confusions. And today, we're going to be talking about how to get her back even if she's an avoidant woman. Many of the times in practice, I face a lot of men who struggle the most with avoidant women. I hear men who complain about avoidant women the most. And usually speaking, it's the hot and cold roller coaster types of behaviors that you get from her, from very, very interested to not at all at times. And you're confused about whether or not she's even attracted to you. Like, what the heck is going on? Is she playing with you, or is she really pulling away because she's scared of intimacy? So this is one of the top questions that I have. And I'm here to give you some tips on how to work through this. If this is you, continue watching, because in today's video, I'm going to give you 4 specific reasons and questions that you have to answer and be able to start reflecting on what do you need to do to understand how to get an avoidant woman back. So let's begin. First off, I need to talk about specifically, very quickly, what avoidant women are even, right? In practice, I use the attachment theory a lot, and there are 4 specific types, and it's usually the dismissive avoidant type of woman that I hear men complain about the most. There's actually 4. First one being secure, second one being very anxious, and third one being dismissive avoidant, and the very last one is actually fearful avoidant, okay? So today we're going to be talking about avoidant, or the dismissive avoidant, specifically in women. But the first reflection I need you to do, number 1, and write this down, is she really avoidant? So, and this is why I explain this. In practice, I'm always confused as to whether or not, 1, she's truly an avoidant woman, and there are signs that truly show that she could be a dismissive avoidant. And there are signs that show you that it is the less acceptable one, because it's less popular for men to accept this and face this truth, is that she just might not be that into you, okay? So when it comes to understanding whether or not she's truly a dismissive avoidant, it's not that she's incapable of showing you the right behaviors of attraction, attention, effort, and investment into the relationship. Isn't that she just chooses not to, okay? And that one hits home. If she just choosing not to, which shows as her not wanting to communicate to you about what's going through in her head, and not giving you some sort of blueprint as to what she needs in terms of space and closeness, she is probably just giving you confusion on purpose, okay? So if she's really avoidant, she's going to tell you she needs space, but she's going to start explaining to you the reasons why, because she doesn't want to lose you, okay? So first off is she really an avoidant? You have to be able to answer this, and if you can't, that's probably a truth in your head that you're confused about, okay? Is she really avoidant, or is she just not that into you? And number 2, now we have to start discussing what an avoidant woman needs to feel loved, okay? And the triggers and traumas behind what she's experiencing. So when it comes to dismissive avoidant women, I hear a lot that what they need to feel loved is actually space and support. And what does this mean, right? Support and space is a correlated attribute to what she's looking for to feel loved. Why? Because one of her deepest fears in a relationship is specifically losing her autonomy, or the potential to lose her autonomy and independence. Also, I want to highlight that you might not feel like she's working on the relationship or investing the level of effort and attention that you're giving into the relationship. She's not matching up the 50-50, right? There's no reciprocal energy. Because in childhood, specifically if we're on the track that she is a dismissive avoidant, there was not a standard in which she was taught in childhood that a healthy amount of giving and taking is actually love. And what that really means is she isn't even aware of the fact that her taking space from the relationship means that she's hurting you. And the second part to that is her having to give back to you as her partner, as her boyfriend, or the person that she's seeing, right, is actually love, okay? Because her safety net and what is love to her is actually space. You figure it out on your own and you got this, okay? So that's love to her, and her deepest fear as a dismissive avoidant is losing her autonomy and losing the idea that she can't do it on her own. And it may look like if you're trying to figure things out for her or trying to solve problems for her right away, you get hit by a ton of negativity and resistance and running away or pulling away. Because when you're trying to fix issues for a dismissive avoidant before hearing her thoughts of what she's going through or how she thinks she wants to start solving that issue on her own, she thinks you're trying to control her. And that's one of the biggest problems that I hear in relationships with dismissive avoidant women. And number 3, if you're in a breakup with a dismissive avoidant because there's just been too much resistance and she's sick of you, right? You're smothering her too much. Let's be realistic. You keep asking her what's going on, come back, let's fix it right away, right? And you broke up. And you're using the no contact, okay? And specifically, you're using the no contact in hopes that she'll come back. This is where a lot of my clients begin therapy. And this is where I need to ask you, we can only do so much as to how much you're truthful with me. Ask yourself, are you using no contact in hopes that she'll come back? Or what are your intentions behind no contact? Don't tell me, hey, I've initiated no contact, but what is she thinking? What is she doing? Is she seeing other men? Is she sleeping with other men? Oh, it must feel so great now that she has the freedom that she's always wanted, right? And you're hoping that this space will get her back. And to be honest, most of the times with no contact and space, you will see a dismissive avoidant message you back because that's what she's comfortable with, okay? And that's what their normal tendencies are, because that space that she needed is going to make her feel very safe and comfortable with contacting you again, okay? So this is usually where I start therapy with a lot of my clients. This is where I ask them, in this experience with a dismissive avoidant, most of the times it has triggered a side of you and a part of you as a man that you never thought was there. You became extremely anxious, anxiety provoked, you can't sleep, you're overwhelmed with thoughts and emotions about her and the relationship, and which you start questioning who you are as a person. The kickstart into you questioning yourself as a man. And so this is why I ask. Third one is, if you're in no contact, are you using it for the right reasons? Because very specifically, the fourth one is the only way to get an avoidant woman back is actually understanding what that relationship revealed about you, yourself, and possibly your attachment style, and understanding whether or not you have parts of your identity, your values, your beliefs, and who you are as a person that you need to start working on. If you're not spending no contact to truly reflect on what is true, what is right, and what is certain about what you want in life as a man, and it's spent just by thinking whether or not she's going to text you back, and I'm telling you right now, she most likely will, you will end up falling into a cyclical cycle again. And that's where I hear where couples go into this cycle of makeups and breakups and makeups and breakups and makeups and breakups, because you yourself as a man do not understand how to solve the issues and triggers that being with this woman actually revealed about you. you're not able to break and feel in control of fixing those issues. And so it's just this feeding back into the system, and then she pulls away and you're addicted, and then this non-stop process. If you can't break that addiction, and I'm not saying that she's a horrible person, but if you're unable to understand what that level and dynamic that is actually sustainable for you to proceed, and that all stems with you, not with her, whether or not she's going to text you back. I guarantee you're probably going to be back in this on this channel or asking me questions in a couple months, okay? So yes, no contact will most likely get her back, but are you using no contact for the right reasons? And that's usually where a lot of men struggle. A lot of my clients have struggled before starting therapy with me, and so this is what I want you to reflect on too by the end of this video. I hope you found this video informative. If you have any questions, please comment down below, and I'm really excited to hear your thoughts. Remember, I created this community to be as safe and vulnerable as possible. I want this community to be full of learnings and challenges and vulnerability of your journey of trying to figure out what the heck women are thinking. And so comment down below if you have a really, really thoughtful question. And do me a favor and subscribe, because I'm trying my best to grow this community, and that would be a huge support. And come back for the next video where I post weekly. Hi everyone, if you enjoyed our content, don't forget to follow us on TikTok and IG where we post daily, and YouTube where we post weekly.